Hey everyone, Nicholas Devine, teaching professional out here at the magnificent Lake Carrinup Country Club and of course Maylands Peninsula Golf Course. Today we've got the Cobra F9 speedback review. Now as you can see, I'm out on the golf course here today. I'm on the second hole out here at Lake Carrinup Country Club, and I'm going to try and shoot a video on a different hole every time I come out here, just so you can get a bit of a view of this magnificent golf course out here. But anyway, today's all about the F9 speedback. But before we get into the video, do me a massive favor. I want you to go down to the bottom page there and hit the subscribe button, and then make sure that you hit the bell little notification that comes up next to you, because that's what gives you a notification of when my next video is coming up. You also need to remember that when you hit subscribe, it doesn't cost you anything to do. All it is just to give you a notification of when my next video is coming up. Then I want you to hit the like button, please. Give it a big massive thumbs up, and then also, this driver isn't actually going to be coming out until February next year, but when it does come out and you come back and have a look at this video again, leave a comment in the comment section and let me know how that driver went for you. Anyway, let's get into it. Cobra F9 speedback. Just a reminder, I am using the SkyTrack launch monitor to grab all my ball data, and we are using the NXT Tour S as the golf ball. Okay, let's talk about the features that continue on from the F8 series. First one, Cobra Connect, it's still there, so you're able to have fun with your mates and track your swing. CNC milling in the face is still there, so you have those extremely thin faces which allow you to increase ball speed, which makes you hit it further. So that's still there from the F8 series. MyFly technology is also still there, although it is slightly changed. Last year's MyFly you could adjust the loss from the shaft tip. This time you can as well, except this year we have a 9.5 and 10.5 degree head, and the MyFly, instead of it saying 7.5, 8.5, 9.5, 10.5, 11.5 degrees, it now says standard +1, +2, -1, -2. So that's probably the only difference in the MyFly, but MyFly is still there. And then, like I said, we now have a 9.5 and a 10.5 degree head. We also have two different color heads. There is the white base and the yellow base. Now, I prefer the white base, so if we're starting to talk about looks of the new driver, I prefer the white base simply because it has a matte finish on top. When you look at the yellow driver from all the images that are coming up on the screen, you can see that it is a very gloss top. Now, it's down to personal opinion, but in my personal opinion, I prefer the matte finish on top. Now, main features of the new F9 driver. The driver is all about speed, and we've heard that probably for the last year and a half in drivers that are coming out, is trying to maximize aerodynamics and also minimize weight. Now with this, has a full carbon wrap crown, which is something that we haven't seen before, and Cobra are saying it's 10 grams lighter than any other titanium driver out on the market. PWR ridges across the top of the head to create better airflow, so it creates less drag. The skirt is rounded on the crown, rounded leading edge. It has the Aero 360 package to create less drag. So everything about this head is about minimizing weight and creating less drag, and I can actually vouch for it, because if you probably saw from the 9.5 driver, which is the one I hit first, which is the yellow head, there were a couple there where I got up to 102, 103 miles per hour. And we all know Billy Bunter, yes, that's me, who hits it nowhere. I'm usually up roughly around the 99 mile per hour mark. And there was a couple there, like I said, around the 102, 103. So the head is working. Now the big thing is we've never seen an aerodynamic package that was effective with a low CG, and Cobra seem to have been able to do it. Now you'll notice that when I was hitting the yellow head, I had a few shots that went off to the right. Now that is my fault, simply because I didn't line myself up correctly with the SkyTrack. So I will honestly say most of the shots went relatively straight. I did hit a few right to left, as you could see, but most of them went really straight. So I need you to ignore the shots that went to the right. They went straight. But low CG location to give more forgiveness. Now the big thing, there is a 2-weight system in both these heads, so you can shift the 16-gram weight that's at the front to the back to get more CG and make it more forgiving, or you could put the CG, the 16-gram weight at the front to get a little bit more punch off the face. Funny enough, when I hit the 9.5 degree head, I had the weight at the front, so it was punchy. And then when I hit the 10.5 degree head, I put the weight at the back, and it still went okay, but it didn't go as long. But the one thing that was really odd, I didn't get too much difference in ball flight between the two. Spin numbers did change. And as you can see from the average, or when you see the average at the end, my head speeds were roughly, I should say my spin numbers were about the 2.3 mark to 2.4 mark with the 9.5, and then up near the 3,000 mark with the 10.5. And I reckon that all comes down to the change in weight location. Now, dual roll technology in the CNC milling allows for low center strikes to get a little bit more, you could say, spin on it, so the ball gets up in the air. So for miss hits, the driver works extremely well. Okay, let's talk numbers. Ball mile per hour. So first one, you can see in the 9.5, it was a little bit quicker at 144 in comparison to the 10.5 at 141. Now I will put that down to the weighting being different between the two drivers. I had the weight forward in the 9.5 and I had the weight back in the 10.5. So that there is going to affect ball speed, simply because the more weight you have at the front of the driver, the quicker it's going to rocket off the face and your ball speeds are going to go up. Launch angle 10.7 and 11.1, a little bit low, but still where I like it to be. Spin numbers 2493 in the 9.5 versus 3032 in the 10.5. Now that just goes to show that having the weight forward kept the spin numbers down, having the weight further back got the spin numbers up, and again changed the ball flight. But what I'm most impressed about with those spin numbers is how much better it is than the F8 series of the previous model. The F8, I found the spin numbers to be really high. The F9, the spin numbers have dropped considerably. I think I had one there with the 9.5 degree head, which was at 1950 or 1958, and I thought that was really good because I couldn't get the spin numbers anywhere near that in the F8 series. Total distance 228 in the 9.5 and 220 in the 10.5. Again, I put that down to the weighting and the way that I had it set up. Efficiency, so smash factor 1.47 versus 1.46, so the CNC milling on the face is working effectively. Now the thing that shocked me a little bit was my average in miles per hour club head speed. It was 98 and 97. Like I said to you in the video, I averaged roughly around the 99 mark. Now I wasn't trying to murder this, I was actually just trying to put good solid swings on it, and I did have some drives that were in the 102, 103 mark. Now I don't normally see that with me, I'm usually around 98, 98, 99, 98, 99. This one had ones there that went up to 102, so it is doing what it's supposed to do with its aerodynamic package and its extremely lightweight head. I did see club head speeds that were up there. Total height 17 meters with the 9.5 and 19 with the 10.5, so you can see there that we had different peak heights with the two different drivers. Anyway, there's the numbers. For me, it worked really well. So there you have it, the Cobra F9 speedback driver. Now you did see there that I did have a couple of drive speeds that went up into the 102 mile per hour mark. Now I know that's not extremely quick, but for me, that's pretty quick. So it is definitely a driver for you to go and try. So get out there, try the F9 speedback when it comes out in February. But like I said at the start of your video, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification because it tells you when my next video is coming up. And as I always say, we'll see you next time on ND Golf.